looking here? How we looking? How are we looking here? How do we find what I'm looking for? Check 1, 2. Give me a check 1, 2. What are you doing, Sequoia? What do you need? Huh? Go ask the kids that feed you. Go ask the kids that feed you, cat. What do you need? All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Got some stuff going on here in the charts that we need to take a look at. Okay, where are we at here? Let's get her going. Let's get her going. Let's get it going. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. You got me. Let's go. Alright, hey folks, welcome back to Shirley Sound Studio. My name is Martin, or you can call me Marty, and this is my show. So stick around and you might learn something that you just didn't know before. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's look at, so this is what we got going on right now anyways. Got a little bit of a long ski going on here. We just added to it right there on that little whoosh swing failure. What a beauty. Reason why we did that is we woke up this morning and we saw the liquidity piling up down here, and yeah, 86,400. I added at 86,400. I was long from back here. We have a lot of liquidity going on. Okay, so as I'm sure most people have seen in the news and in the media, they're portraying the end of markets, the end of this, the end of that. The end is near. Future's uncertain and the end is always near, but not today. Okay. So there was lots of liquidity up there, so wham, we went and snagged it. And look at all these people are still shorting. So you're seeing all these new short positions open, still a little bit more long, so we could come lower. Be advised, we could come and grab this liquidity. But I think all overall market sentiment is forcing people to go short because they do believe that, like, we're at the point now where they think that every pump is going to be the lower high. And honestly, I mean, from a technical perspective, we've broken this downward trend line. We've broken it and we've actually held pretty good. And if you remember what we were talking about last time, we wanted to see I think we were somewhere around here. We wanted to see a bounce here, come down and sweep the liquidity and come down and hit the 618. We came down perfect, closed a couple candles, came down, hit it again for the double sweep, double bottom, exactly as I was saying. And then now what we need to do is get back above this 200. The crazy thing that I see on this chart right now is look at the angle of this 200. It hasn't even phased this upward trend. Like, it's still just going up and to the right, even though this is, it's a smooth moving average of over 200 candles, and it has not, even though we've seen this what is this, 2 months, 3 months of a downtrend. The 200 has not even phased, and we've actually got rejected from the 200 right now today. So that's a little bit alarming. That is a very good signal. Usually, if you see a rejection from the 200, that you might get a reversal. So there's another chance, there's a good chance we could come back down here. If we zoom out, like, we still have a lot of potential volume that we can fill, a lot of gap that we could fill here, right? So we could definitely come down and fill this area. I'm not saying that we're completely out of the woods yet, but this is definitely significant. The overall sentiment, a lot of people believing that, you know, we're going to make a lower low, which could still happen, but ultimately, like, this is looking pretty. So we had a low, then we had a lower low, then we had another lower low, but you can see that it's more of a, it's not like a straight line. Like if we had come down here, that would be like a trend continuation. But what we've seen is basically a break in market structure. So market structure being, we are making high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then now this one right here, since we didn't get this liquidity squeeze down here, there is still some liquidity down there, but we didn't go get it. Clearly, massive green candle back up. So we saw the wick I was talking about, and then another fill, and then a massive green candle. And then right here, actually, another lower. So that's now a higher low, and then we're coming up. And this is kind of weird because I did figure that we should come. I have an alert set right here because I'd like to see us come down right around to this green box here. This is what I was looking for. I guess you could call a larger long position. Not going to go giga long, but I was looking for a larger long around here. A nice deviation below the value area low for one more time to get everybody really scared. But we do know that Bitcoin is running out. So, I mean, at some point, the market makers can't go and grab all the liquidity. So we just have to keep that in mind, that even though there is some liquidity down there, it would make sense for us to go and fill that. There might just not be enough Bitcoin for them to be able to do that, because if demand is too high and supply is not there, you simply run out. And the other thing too is that a lot of the time when they do change this market structure, it happens quick. So you're like, okay, we've broken the support or the resistance. Now we're going to come down and retest it as support before moving forward. That very well may not happen, because once it's on, it's on. The floodgates open. It's full FOMO. If you get left behind, you get left behind. And that's just kind of the way it happens. So this is why we had this DCA range, this DCA zone. After we broke this major value area up here, we come into a lower value area. And since this is buying high, you want to buy low and sell high. We were taking some profits up in these areas, and now we like to add our profits back in to the market in a lower area. So we've been able to do that. And I made this green box right here last weekend. And I was looking for maybe one more hit into this green box for a potential shoulder, head, and shoulder, which I still think could happen. Basically, the daily candle today is going to be a big teller of what's happened. So I do believe we've taken out, we haven't quite taken it this high. We want to go to 88.8, I believe, is where I have a TP set. Sweet. It's gone. It's gone. I lost it all. It's all gone. Where's my TP? Come on, man. Breaking my balls here, man. I'm breaking them. Oh, there. Okay, yeah. So there's my TP up there at 88.888. And that was basically just a sweep of the previous highs, right? So we have resistance, resistance. So I was going to take some TP there, right? We're going to hit some take profit right there. If we can get up there and stay up there, then we've become, that's a SR flip, right? So we have resistance flipped to support, or RS flip if we're going back the other way. But, you know, we also have this 200 on the 4 hour that we're trying to stay above too. So there was multiple reasons to take longs. You can tell I long, took some profits, and then added back in, took some profits, and then added back in. So far so good. The last couple days here, doing pretty good. Things are looking pretty good, but yeah, see, if we can't get back above this is a nice little bull flag that broke to the downside. So that was clearly a trap. A bunch of people got hit out. I'm probably going to play this trade pretty safe, actually. I might start moving my stop loss up here. Right now we're at break even, but we've already taken some profit on it, so it will still be a win no matter what. If we take that low out, it'd be nice to be able to stay above this 200. But seeing this POC as resistance, and this is a clearly bearish divergence, so we came up, we went sideways, consolidated, allowed liquidity to build up and down, sweep the liquidity to the downside, sweep the liquidity to the upside, and now we've swept even more liquidity to the downside, which is kind of why I added right there, because that's a nice sweep swing failure of this previous low. So it would be nice to come up and sweep this high, and then we're looking, I mean, it is still holidays too, so like quite a bit of volatility for holidays. I was actually quite shocked to see this last night. I was out for dinner with my family, and actually right around here, I was like, dang, this looks like we could see some higher prices here. So I hopped into a long position right there, and we were just sitting at the dinner table, and I'm, whoa, wow, look at those candles, girls, look at those candles. It's pretty funny. All the people in the restaurant are looking at me. What are you doing? What are you listening to? Anyways, follow me on YouTube if you want to figure out what I'm talking about. No, it's good. But basically, when it comes down to it, it's all liquidity sweep. They're trying to get everybody to go short, and let's just check out some reasons why I can guarantee you that the end is not anytime soon. So actually, first of all, let's give her a go here. You gotta check this out. Let me pause this, and then we're gonna check out this new tune here. Oh, this is a teaser. A new tune's coming out maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it. I'm not sure yet. But check out this little teaser here.
Life's full of chances, don't let them slip away. Try something new, make the most of today. You never know just what you might find, buddy, give her a go, open up your mind. Give her a go, you don't know till you know. Give her a go.
Give her a go.
Give her a go, you don't know till you know. Give her a go.
So yeah, give her a go, man. You don't know till you know. That's a little tune that's gonna drop here. Like I said, soon. That's all I can tell you right now. But anyways, look at this. 15 major projects around the world. Multi-trillion-dollar engineering projects. Reshaping the planet. Reshaping the planet. Pay attention to that. Reshaping the planet. Reshaping. We're going through the digital era right now. Financial structure being reshapen. Engineering projects that are reshaping our planet. The people that are investing in these things are aware that we're not coming to the end. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can just tell, like, these are multi-trillion-dollar, $44 billion annually. You can check them all out if you want. There's a bunch of crazy shit going on here, man. We're talking, what is this? Oil refinery, or what? Petroleum refinery in Nigeria. Okay, so crude oil, 65,000 barrels of crude oil per day. So yeah, we're not going full electric, obviously. The money, follow the money, folks, not the whining teenagers, okay? The kids are stupid. They are unfortunately very misinformed and manipulated, and we have given them a platform for them to whine on publicly, and you can't buy into that stuff because it's it's obviously not true. Okay, so, but it's crazy how many people eat that shit up, but I just highly recommend you don't do that. Don't listen to stupid kids. Unfortunately, there is a lot of smart kids out there, but most of them are pretty dumb. It's not their fault. It's the world that they're exposed to. But, try and do something to help them because they need it. Help your own kids, and then help your kids, help their friends, etc. But yeah, I'm not going to be on here too long today because I don't even know where my kids are right now, and my wife's not home, so I gotta go check on them. I figured they'd come in the studio and play some N64, but they're not in here yet, so they're definitely screwing around with something. But basically, I want to see if this candle has a nice close above these highs, then we're going to look for to hold that 200, and we could very well be up to the value area high very quickly. 95 POC. This is going to be a magnet for price. Basically, you can see how much volume has traded up here. That's how many people are willing to buy and sell up there. So there's a good chance that the market is going to visit that area. And this is a value area. This red line is our value area high. This is a deviation above the high, back into the value area, down to the POC, lose the POC, come down to the value area low, deviate below the low, deviate below the low again, beautiful bullish divergence, and now potentially coming back up. It might not be a straight trip. We might see a little bit more binging in the bonging, but very good chance. Probability would say, and that's all we can do is go with probabilities. We're going to go up to the POC again. We want to see us get on top of the POC before value area high, and then maybe we can go and see a new value area. Two significant things. First one being this is actually, so this downtrend breakout on the candlesticks I think is less significant than this actual downtrend breakout on the RSI. So if we go back to the previous range when we were down here, we broke out right about here. We did come back in, but we came back out and broke out anywhere in here. So if we broke out and you bought and you held, whammy. We broke out right here and you bought, whammy. We broke out, we retested, you bought, retested again, you bought. Any of these significant breakouts and retests were great opportunities. And so I like to watch RSI for breakouts for confluence. And now we're seeing the same thing. We're now up in this value area and we've broken out. And like, again, we could come back and play around here for a bit, but money flow coming up. Second significant thing that I wanted to point out, money flow coming up. That means that money is coming back into the markets. So all this doom and gloom stuff you've been hearing about for a while, sure, money was coming out. Money was coming out this whole time. Money flow coming down back here, that's why we're taking profits. When we're making new highs and money flow is coming out, those are liquidity sweeps before going to the downside. When you know how to read it, it doesn't lie to you. Okay, people lie, charts don't lie, numbers don't lie. So start to learn how to read and pay attention to stuff like this, and you will basically solve so many of your problems, cure your mental health issues overnight, because the reason that you are so confused and struggling with all the stuff in the world is because they lie to you. From the day that you start going to school, one of my daughters is 4 years old, and I'm like, oh my God, she's got to go to school next year. It's like breaking my heart, because I remember when my other daughter went to school, she changed very quickly too, because all that other influence and all that stuff that they do in school, it's not good. And I don't blame the teachers. It's curriculum. It goes back hundreds of years. We're talking like, well, I don't know. You don't need to get into it, but it has to do with Germany and when things came in Germany and Poland and that whole thing. It's a long story, but basically the educational system is designed to benefit the financial system and just create workers. So you can't get caught up in that. Most of the people who are most successful in the world probably didn't do very good in school, or just didn't care for school, because it's obviously just to create robots. So it's good for social skills, it's good for kids to make friends and stuff like that, but when it comes to the schoolwork they're doing and learning how to copy and paste and learning how to just recite information that is, we don't even know if it's true. A lot of the stuff that was rewritten after wars and stuff like that, they just rewrote it to benefit themselves, right? So same thing happens. If you rely on anybody to get information from, they're going to benefit themselves first before they benefit you. Always do your own research. Always figure that out for yourself. Double check things. Make sure that the tools are abundant these days for information. So if you are just going to rely on headlines or what people say or what you hear, then you're going to be screwed. And it's crazy because people still ask me the stupidest questions in my DMs, and I'm like, man, like, just there's no one answer to anything. You go out and find as many answers as you can and then make your own assumption based on probability and information, okay? But anyways, enough of that stuff. Where are we at? Oh my God, are we dumping? Oh no, dumping. Okay, well, trade's doing okay so far. We're just gonna let that one ride. Where's the liquidity going? Let's look at, that's a weak liquidity there. So some new liquidity coming in. Where's the new liquidity? Look at all these cool tools you can use. You can just find where people's orders are. Man, Bitcoin, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is it. If you haven't figured it out yet, you gotta start paying attention, because it'll solve so many problems. So many problems. And oh yeah, another thing I wanted to point out today, we started pumping last night, so I had to do some research. I was like, okay, why are we pumping? Oh, $1 billion minted at the Treasury. Oh yeah, okay, that'll do it. You know, so obviously they know what's going on. Okay, well, that's not right. There we go. So okay, lots of liquidity to the upside. Still could come and sweep some of this liquidity down here, but we went and we got the majority of it right there. Maybe we come down and see one more little sweep here before coming back up to get this. All of this is open, is liquidity open this morning. So all these people are shorting this morning. Some of these longs are from yesterday. This is when they come in. You can see when they enter the markets, when the bar starts. So all these are people shorting this morning. And actually, I was looking at quite a few YouTube channels this morning, and people were shorting. And I watched a lot of people get stopped out on their shorts on that higher high. And it's like, you guys just got to pay attention. Just got to pay attention to what's going on. And that's a nice liquidity sweep. Don't get me wrong. That's a perfect little let liquidity boom and go. But I think ultimately, if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, you're going to get mixed signals constantly. I like when I'm looking at these charts, I'm pretty much only listening or looking at daily time frame. 4-hour time frame minimum, but daily time frame is really where it's at, because we're looking for the future. This, I don't really like this, I will admit. I do, this is oversold here, or sorry, overbought, which means we're getting a little bit high. This has still got a long way to go, but I'm being cautiously optimistic here. We are rejected from the VWAP, rejected from the 200. It would make sense for us to come back down and test this area here. I still like to see 80,000. 80,000 would be juicy. Not going to say it's a guarantee, but it would be very juicy to see. This momentum wave just about clipped and then took a turn for the better. But I would still like to see maybe one more down and have this just start crossing over, and then looking for a nice little trigger wave there. And then that would be a really good sign of a true reversal. But if you look at what we got going on here, we got a high, we got a higher high before we reverse, we got a low, we got a lower high or lower low, and before reversing, right? And then you're kind of seeing the opposite. Money flows coming out as we make a higher high, boom, reversal. Money flows coming back in as we see also a bullish divergence on the momentum. And so it's looking pretty good. Don't be surprised if we come and bounce around here for a little bit more in our DCA range, but that's just going to give you more time to load up on your bags. And so I guess barring a major black swan event, I think Bitcoin is going to be doing great. We know the money printer is coming back on soon. Trump and Powell are at a major fight, and that's really what's going on. And a lot of people don't really understand. They think like China and the United States, and I wouldn't be surprised if China and the United States are actually working together just to bring interest rates down, so that United States can refinance their debt and then start buying things off China again. China knows that they need United States money. The United States knows that they need China's production. So all this stuff that you hear in the news, I believe is just smoke and mirrors. I could be wrong, but it would make a lot more sense to me if I was a person of power to work with another superpower and just let people believe that we're, enemies or whatever, because it works for their benefit, right? So you always got to think to yourself, what's going to benefit them the most? Okay, don't think about what's going on with the small fries. You got to think about what the big players and the whales are doing and what's going to benefit them most. Markets go down, awesome. They accumulate a lot when the markets go down. We've seen some of the whales, large addresses, buying up more than ever before of Bitcoin and other, Bitcoin's number one, so that's really only the one you really need to care about. But Bitcoin is the superior asset. But yes, keep an eye on this daily candle close, see where we're at. If we get a rejection here, this is a swing failure of this high, and there's a good chance they're coming back down. But if we do come back down, we're going to be looking for a higher low, and we're going to be looking for higher highs to follow that. Because with the money printer coming back on, this was a nice little 3-month bear market. It's a good time to accumulate. We came back into our DCA range that we waited for quite a while, so we're happy to see this. And things are great. Get outside, touch some grass, and have a good Easter weekend. I'm sure most of you guys are feeling pretty good after all these days off. You're ready to go back to work and start grinding. Because how are you going to get more Bitcoin if you're not getting fiat currency to trade for it? You got to get out there, work hard, and make sure you store your value in something that is going to last for a lifetime. All right, folks? Have a good day. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.